Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to see more videos like this. Today we are going to be talking about Epson printers. This is not a sponsored video. These are my honest opinions from having a Epson printer for over 5 years and doing sublimation. So let's go ahead and check out my 3 Epson printers that I have for sublimation, and we're just going to go over why I like them, things that I wish they had, and different things of that nature, so that I can assist you if you're thinking about getting into sublimation on which printer to get first. Alrighty, so we're going to start out with the 2800 series. So the 2800 series, or anything within that range, anything that's going to be considered a small format printer. So these are your printers that will only print up to 11 by 17 by themselves with no assistance. Now there are a lot of videos of people that are printing on the roll paper that is 8.5 inches wide, but they are printing longer, like for your stoves, banners, things of that nature. So I do recommend this printer if you are just starting sublimation, because there are a lot of learning curves to get over when you're doing sublimation. You're going to mess up a lot of things. This printer can be very inexpensive. You can find them on sale as low as probably like $180 sometimes. So the only thing that you're going to need to get is your printer, some type of sublimation printer paper. I do recommend A-Sub paper, not sponsored at all, but this is my favorite paper. I have tried some of the other sublimation papers, and some of them are so thin, like they get caught in your printer. It causes jamming. Once your EcoTank start jamming, that's when you start getting like smudges, and then you have to do all your printer maintenance. It can just be a hassle. I have no issues with A-Sub jamming, none of that stuff. Again, they don't sponsor me, but A-Sub, hey, I'm here if you want to. Other than that, let's talk about inks that you're going to put in here, because remember, when you get your sublimation printer, any of them that are not, well, let me stop calling them sublimation printers, because they're really not sublimation printers. These are inkjet printers that we create. We make them sublimation printers, except my third printer. It's an actual sublimation printer from Epson, which we'll go over in just a moment. But to make them a sublimation printer, tons of videos on this already, but the quick and easy, I like to get straight to the point. I don't like all the fluff. Get your EcoTank, whichever one you decide to get, brand new. If you do get it from somebody, my second printer that I'm going to show you guys, I did get from another crafter, but I know for a fact she did sublimation printing, so I didn't have to worry about anything. That's the only thing you're going to want to do. Make sure they use it for sublimation ink. But let's just say we're buying a brand new printer. Do not put the ink that they give you into your printer. You can put it on like eBay, online, somewhere, Craigslist, sell it. I sell mine. Every time I get an Epson printer that does not do sublimation, I just sell the ink online. People buy it all the time. So you can definitely sell the ink or put it in another printer if you have other Epson printers, whatever the case may be. And then you're going to get a sublimation ink. My honest opinion, I have used this brand, this, I believe it's a EcoTank. Don't know how to pronounce it, but this is a good brand ink. Most people love Hippo. I like it a lot. No complaints. Honestly, didn't see a huge difference with either one of these inks. I mainly use the Hippo ink in the 15000. I've been using the EcoTank in the 2800 series. Both have very vibrant prints. Haven't had any issues with either one in my printer. So that's kind of up to you which ink you would like to start using. I do recommend sticking with one ink in that particular printer once you put it in. There's another one. It's called Printer's Jack. So this is another sublimation ink. There's tons of them on Amazon. Again, personally, my 2 favorites are these 2. I'm not saying anything about Printer's Jack like it's not a good ink or something. I honestly just don't use it. That was gifted to me with some of the things that I got with the 15000 that I got secondhand. So that's just my personal opinion. But when you're doing it, very easy to do. We're going to take a look at the tank on how you convert your printer. So when you're converting any of these printers, they're going to come empty, these tanks. You're just literally So your ink is going to have an M on it. No matter which ink you get, it's going to say M. And there's an M here. That's that M. We're just going to, let's see. Oh, this one actually could use a little ink. So I don't usually use this ink in here. Let me see if I have anything in the other one. Nope. But I'm phasing out of these anyway. So if it messes up, it's not going to kill me. So you just literally take the bottle, turn it upside down, put it in. Just guys, please pay attention to the colors. I literally put magenta in the yellow one time, and guess what? I threw it away. I just got a new printer because I'm not going through the hassle of draining them and all that. It's just too much for the cost of the printer. Like, it takes too much time. So yeah, I'm done with this now. So that went in, and then you literally just close this, close the lid, you're done. You have a sublimation printer for like $200. Well, including ink, I'll say startup costs, and I'll kind of calculate it a little better when I'm editing. Probably like $300, honestly, by the time you get something to print on, your printer, the ink, the paper, and then just make sure you have your settings correct. So I'm going to put the settings that I use here in the caption if you need that. Now, something that I want you to keep in mind is that sublimation printers are not just for t-shirts. The possibilities are endless. So we're going to go over some of the things that I have here that I do sublimation on. I've honestly been trying to scale back and say, okay, I'm only going to do X, Y, or Z. But when people want it, I make it if I can. So many things you can do with just that sublimation printer. So the one thing you cannot do, let me see, I don't want to drop anything. These are some things that I've already done. So yeah, let's go over these. These are like my items that I've messed up or just for some reason. So this is cute. This is something you can do with the 2000 series. This is like a little shot glass. This is a 20-ounce tumbler, ghosting. I have a video on how to do tumblers as well if you're looking for that. Without ghosting, I don't do that. This is like some of my first tumblers. Like, again, when you're learning sublimation, learning curves, you're gonna have to make some mistakes in order to figure it out. But yes, you can do 20-ounce tumblers with the 2000 series. You cannot do 40-ounce tumblers because the top part is too wide. So you're not going to be able to do 40-ounce tumblers. You can do it, though, with the 15,000 that we're going to get to next. But this is a sublimation project. Again, I have videos on how to make the 40-ounce tumblers as well. These are infamous for ghosting, too. And then if you want to, you can also make things like these little, I think these are 12 or 10 ounce. And they also turn into, they have like sippy cups that you can put with them for like toddler cups if you're doing things like that. I also made this cute little, this is like a Stanley cup charm. I don't know where the chain is. It's somewhere. You can do, oh, even straws. Like you can do sublimation straws. I mean, there's just so much you can do with these. Like, these are the little tops to the Stanley cups that you can put on top, sublimate them. And to me, I just love sublimating stuff because it is just so easy. Once you get your design, you're pretty much done. You can do jewelry. Like, these are little dog tags. So this is all stuff that you can do with that 2800 because it's a small things that you can print, small format. Keychains, anything with a sublimation coating. I'm not going to go over everything I have here, but you kind of get the idea. Like, you can do a lot of stuff. So now we are going to move on and we're going to go over to the 15,000 and we're going to talk about that printer. Alrighty, so now we are going to get into the 15,000. This is my favorite converted printer because the possibilities are truly endless with this one. This is going to allow you to do those larger format shirts. As far as center print goes, if you do want to do all over shirts, you can do all over shirts with as little as 4 pages, which is pretty awesome. You're only piecing together 4 pieces of paper versus if you were doing like 11 by 17 or 8.5 by 11. I do have a full tutorial on how to do all over shirts on Canva. using the 11 by 19 paper. You can do your 40-ounce tumblers, all of that. It's the same thing, guys. It has an EcoTank. It's going to come empty. You're going to fill it up with your sublimation ink, and you're just going to basically get bigger paper. You may be asking, why do you have two of basically the same printer? One is just bigger. I am in the process of phasing both of these printers out, but I'm getting all of my money's worth first. Once I use every drop of ink that I have, I am going to hopefully be transitioning to my actual sublimation printer for good. It's just, I have not mastered that other printer like this one. Like the colors that I get from the 15,000 are unmatched right now. So that is something that I am looking into learning more about. I honestly just have not had time to invest into learning about my F570, which I should, because I've had that printer since January. We are in August when this is being shot. And yeah, we're still learning how to use that printer. So that's why I'm kind of holding on to these. But I would say, again, if you can afford it, these I think run around $500 to $800. They may be cheaper now. Get the 1500. The only thing is, now I will say this, if you're going to get the 15,000, I always say 1500 plus 15,000, you're going to need a larger heat press. And I've been working in here, so excuse the mess. But I will recommend getting a heat press that is as big as your prints. If not, that's where you're going to see like those little heat lines. And I think the difference in price between the bigger heat press and the one that's right under this is probably $50 at the most. Like, just spend the extra $50. It's going to make your life so much easier. You're not going to have to double press, things of that nature. Trust me, you're going to want to get the bigger heat press as well. So let's just talk about, now that we've gone through my two printers that are converted into sublimation printers, some of the pros and some of the cons. So some of the pros are, with these printers, you are going to be able to print so many projects using that one set of ink. Like your first set of ink, you'll probably have for months, especially if you're just getting started and you're not having a ton of orders. You will have that ink for a long time. You will make well over what it's worth in profit. Now, when it comes to paper, things of that nature, in my opinion, the paper for these aren't that expensive. I think even with the 13 by 19 paper, you get 110 pages for like $47. So just think of how much money you're gonna make per page. You know, $47, you'll make that back so fast, probably in 4 pages. So just kind of think of it that way. Let's just say you sell 4 things for $10. You've already paid for the pack of paper. The cons of these printers, I will say, is that they do require maintenance. So you are going to have to do some research. You're going to have to know how to clean your print heads. You're going to have to know how to clean the ribbons, things of that nature, because things do happen. You do have to have your settings a certain way in your computer in order to make sure that your colors are popping. And then just remember, anytime you're using sublimation, you have to use things that are coated for sublimation, or with fabric. Some people say up to like 80% polyester. I only use 100% polyester. I don't like the blended shirts. To me, your color isn't as bright. I don't like when my colors look dull, especially when it's just the fabric that I'm using. I usually use like the Cricut brand t-shirts. I love those. They are expensive though. They're like $10 a shirt and they are hard to find. So I am slowly trying to transition to another shirt. I just can't find a shirt that beats the quality and the how vibrant my pictures look. Some of them, like the A4 shirts, to me they're so thin. I don't like that silky texture. I don't know. It's not in, I think customers don't mind it. It's just like a personal preference. So I'm trying to get over that, because the colors do show up well on the A4. It's just, to me, I don't like how thin the shirts are, and they're kind of bigger to me. I don't like big wide shirts, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, just make sure you're printing on the right type of material, or your item is coated for sublimation, because some people will be like, oh, I can drop off a shirt. It's like, No, you can't. Or if you do, you're gonna have to make sure it's 100% polyester, and you're probably not gonna want to go find that. But I will say sublimation shirts to me are becoming increasingly more difficult to find, especially keeping all sizes stocked. Like they're sold out a lot in different sizes. So I am searching for a new shirt that has more of that cotton feel, but it's polyester, because I just like it a little thicker. Except with the all over shirts, you do kind of need a thinner shirt for those. But for my like center print shirts, which I do a lot of, I do like a thicker shirt. So if you have any recommendations, feel free to put those here in the comment. Alrighty, so now we're going to move on to my newest printer, the actual sublimation printer, the SC-F, SC-F570. So let's go over and talk about that printer. Alrighty, so this is my final printer. This is my printer, the SC-F570. This is an actual sublimation printer. So we're going to take a closer look at it in just a moment, at the different types of rolls you can put in it and things of that nature. It's just a different beast, guys. So it's like, I'm very happy to have this printer, but the learning curve for it, I was not ready for. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know how to use this printer that well. I don't use it that much. That's why I'm still holding on to my other ones. I need to though. I've kind of started playing around with it, but like I said, it's definitely a learning curve there. So I am in the process of learning this one. This one you don't have to convert into a sublimation printer. Again, it's already a sublimation printer. You can print as wide as 24 inches. So that is, the roll is like this wide. So that is a game changer. There is a printer that is above this that I believe it goes up to 46 inches. But for what I need to do, this is kind of perfect. I am working on a new Canva sublimation all over t-shirt guide just for this printer, because I have it in my brain. I just haven't executed it yet. I haven't even tried, y'all. It's a shame, but yeah. This printer is a work in progress. You can put the regular like a A-sub paper in it, but it's mainly for like the roll paper. Lots of features here. Hopefully I'll be back in a couple months because I'm trying to force myself to use this printer. I literally took my 15,000 and put it in the garage and was like, I'm not going to use it. And I literally took it out because I couldn't get my colors right. So I do need to watch some videos and do some more research in order to get my colors perfect, because it's not the same as setting up the other printers. They're a lot easier to set up. And even just adding like it comes with, I believe it's called Epson Edge Print, like the software that you can print with. Even just adding that to the computer, it was like a headache. And Epson is not, one thing I will say about Epson, they are not good at directions. Like, yeah, they have the manuals, but sometimes they're just not helpful. So I wish they did a better job at like their tutorials and just like set up things of that nature, because it is quite difficult to set things up, especially this printer. Honestly, the ones that aren't for sublimation, to me, they're a lot easier to set up for sublimation than the actual sublimation printer. Even when it came down to like the stand, because you have to buy the stand separately from the printer itself, there's no instructions that come with the stand. Like, I had to search high and low, download manuals, all of this just to set up a stand. And it's just like, it should not be that difficult. And then the printer itself, again, I feel like there should be just like a guide, especially considering this is a sublimation printer. It should just be really quick and easy. Like, hey, you're printing for sublimation, use these settings. Like, I don't know. To me, it's more difficult than it should be, but hey, who am I? I bought it, so I guess they're like, it must not be that bad. But yeah, this is the Epson. I would not start with this printer, or maybe you should. Maybe if you start with it, you won't have the problems that I'm having, because I'm kind of conditioned to the other printers. But I feel like this is one that you build up to, you know, save some money from making your other projects in order to be able to get this printer, because it is pretty pricey. I know it's over $1,000. I can't remember the exact cost. I'll put it here. I'll look and see. But it is a little costly. It took a while for them to deliver it. I did not order directly from Epson. I think I ordered from swing designs, I want to say, and they do like bundles. So I got like all the different roll papers, which I don't know. Oh, there's some under here. So like this is a roll. I think this is the roll that you can use in the, no, it's not. That's too big. I think I can use this with my 11 by 17. But yeah, you get these rolls of paper versus just sheets, so that you can print as long as possible. So let's take a closer look at this printer. Alrighty, so just like most of the Epson printers, you have like your little touch screen here that you can change your settings with. This is the most impressive part of this printer though, is the rolls. So you can take this out and you can do literally different size rolls. So right now I have in a, what size is this? This is a 17-inch roll, so it's 17 wide, and then you just change the length. So you can put in the 13-inch. You can put regular paper in here. You would just put it, like if I wanted to just use my 8.5 by 11 paper, let's say I didn't have the printers but I wanted to get rid of the paper, I could just put that here as well. So the possibilities are definitely endless if I can ever really learn how to use it. And then also your tank. So same as all the rest, the only difference is this is actual sublimation ink to begin with. It's going to come with the ink that it goes with. The tanks are bigger, of course, because your printer is bigger. Alrighty, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that you're able to make a sound decision on which Epson printer you would like to purchase, especially if you're just getting started with sublimation. If you're looking for more videos on sublimation or different crafting topics, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment here to my page. You can also look at different tutorials if you're looking to do different projects. Again, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.